Welcome, listeners, to the Member Advantage, the brand new podcast from the Capital Region Builders and Remodelers Association. Hi guys, this is Christine Rabel, the 2025 CRBRA President.
And I'm Kristen Eggleston, Executive Officer at CRBRA.
Welcome to Episode 1.
The Value of Membership. Before we delve into today's topic, we just want to go back and just tell you again why we're doing this.
We are looking to help you, the members, to get the most out of your membership and stay engaged with you guys.
And the goal here is to do quick, insightful episodes, 10 to 20 minutes tops.
So the Capital Region Builders and Remodelers Association, also known as CRBRA.
We love acronyms.
We do. We'll kind of break some of them down, but apologies if we just throw them in there like you know what we're talking about.
It's just part of our vernacular.
Yes. But CRBRA was formed in 2003 when the Albany and Schenectady Associations merged.
So many members were involved with both of those organizations who then became involved with CRBRA and are still active today.
CRBRA is the local association in what is known as the three-legged chair or the three-tiered builder family.
Three-legged stool.
A three-legged stool, excuse me, the three-legged stool. So together with the National Association of Home Builders.
NAHB.
And the New York State Builders Association.
NYSBA.
So the three of us together is what forms that three-legged stool. And again, CRBRA is your local for that.
We send you the invoices. So you pay your dues to CRBRA, and then CRBRA passes dues payments along to NYSBA and NAHB on your behalf. So you're only cutting one check. CRBRA is a local trade association. We are comprised of professional builder, remodeler, and industry-related associate members.
So builder, remodeler, that's pretty straightforward. We know what would be encompassed in those type of members. But associate, again, this is one of those things we kind of take for granted. What is an associate member? This could be anyone from someone like myself. I'm a supplier. Or it could be someone who provides professional services like a lawyer or an accountant.
Yes, and associates make up the biggest percentage of our members. So we like to think of it as anyone who supports our members and plays a role in residential construction. And CRBRA is dedicated to providing leadership, education, and motivation for the prosperity of our members, because that's what it's all about, you, the members.
Absolutely. We cover 12 counties: Albany, Clinton, Columbia,
Essex, Franklin, Greene, Montgomery, Rensselaer,
Saratoga, Schenectady, Warren, and Washington.
CRBRA does have our own constitution and bylaws. We are governed by the board of directors. It's their duty to uphold the bylaws and the governing documents. It's very official.
Yes, very
constitution
official.
And bylaws.
A copy of these can be found under the About Us section on CRBRA.com if you're ever, are tired at night and you just can't fall asleep,
Just dig right in.
Some light reading.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool. When I got sworn in last month, it seems very official.
It is.
It's pretty
You
cool.
took an oath.
It did.
Like any organization, CRBRA has a mission and a vision, but we also have our value proposition. We created this in 2018 because we wanted to have 5 bullet points that really break down what it is that CRBRA does to support and provide value in return for the membership dues that you pay.
So one of those first points is participating in valuable networking opportunities to grow and form business relationships.
And then second one, learning opportunities that expand your knowledge and keep you competitive.
Gaining advance notice of and having a role in the development of code and industry changes.
That's a mouthful.
Yes.
That was a hard one to write, but very important to be at the forefront on all these issues.
Yes.
Then we have recognizing and promoting industry trends and leaders. So that kind of encompasses the Parade of Homes, Best in Building Awards.
Yes.
Recognizing those people and what you're doing to advance the industry.
Lastly, we have advocating for residential building interests in 12 counties to safeguard the industry's future.
Let's dive into key membership benefits. I think the first benefit that pops into most members' minds when they're asked what their top benefit is would be networking. Having the networking opportunities that we do, whether it be with large-scale events, with education classes, our more casual mixers, committee meetings, members want a place to make connections, and we are more than happy to be that place.
Being able to connect with industry professionals is huge. Networking is something that's really helped me grow as a professional, and anyone that I know that's got into networking, it really is very impactful. And one networking tip that I'll share that my coworkers, they always know, always bring your business cards.
Yeah.
Or you can download the Blink app.
Yes.
Not sponsored. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
But you can do a digital business card, which is super cool. And just try and meet one new person. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. I always just set a goal for myself and my coworkers. One new person, one new contact. It may not lead to anything, but it might lead to a really successful business relationship. So that's my tip of the day.
I hope we get more of those. We can have a whole segment.
Yeah.
Christine's tip of the day. It's not just about mixers. There's committees. That's another way to get involved. So joining a committee, I think, is probably where I would want to start.
It's a great way to start because you are in a more intimate group setting. You're not like the face of the room when you walk in. And it's a good way to grow your confidence and get a little bit of an inside track on whatever that committee's focus is. So we have 8 different committees, which we hope to grow this year.
Yes.
Couple different categories. So our first category of committees is the association goals. So within this, we have the community projects, membership, and workforce development.
So with these committees, they are trying to help us achieve the varying facets of our goals. We're a membership organization. Membership is always going to be a top priority. So we need help with that because we find you, the members, are the best source of finding new members. Workforce development is always going to be a part of the association's goals. The Workforce Development Committee is actually working closely with the Northeast Construction Trades Workforce Coalition, NCTWC, another acronym, and they have done a fantastic job of getting into the schools to talk about a career in the trades, and we're so proud to have members that participate in their toolbox builds, their summer girls construction camp. We expect for 2025 to be, an even better year of collaborating with them. So our Workforce Development Committee works closely with that group because we all have the same goal. We want to encourage younger people to consider a career in the trades.
Yeah, and these groups, the community projects, membership, and workforce development, they're really rewarding to work on a committee like that because you're really doing the good work of CRBRA.
Then we have our signature events committees. So that would be the Best in Building Awards Committee and the Parade of Homes Committee. So they're the ones who help us plan the association's events.
So then we have another kind of category of committees, which is our networking group. So this would include the Young Professionals, YP, and Professional Women in Building, PWB. Both of these groups are great entry points. If you're not sure what to do, where to begin, it's a stepping stone. You kind of want to get involved, but you don't know. These are really great kind of, I don't want to say entry level because that's not the word, but just a group of like-minded people,
yes.
A comfortable group of people.
Next up, we have our education and professional development opportunities that we offer here at CRBRA.
Over the past couple of years, we've worked with Sandler Training. We've done a management series, and we've also done a sales series, which I love their programs. I always come out of their meetings and I learn 1 or 2 new things, and I feel empowered and ready to put those to use. So that's been really great.
And Sandler is a member of the association. So Matt Scarkelli is the one who leads the sessions. He's also a member. So this is, members work with members. Mm-hmm. And the people who attend the sessions are another, it's kind of like a hidden gem of a networking opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
advocating for you and the industry is a priority for CRBRA, NAHB, and NISBA. We're grateful that we have them as resources for us. They have lobbyists. This is what they do. And I realize it can seem like there is so much happening behind the scenes that there's nothing that you could do to play a role in it. And that couldn't be further from the truth. We would love to have your input and participation. And so much so, we're going to have a special episode about how to do that.
Next episode is going to be focused on our advocacy efforts, focused a lot on Lobby Day, which is coming up on March 18th. But we just want to give you a little inside track of what it's about and kind of take some of the scaries away from the day. A lot of people, are like, oh, I could never do that. I did it. And
every year, people are like, no, that's not for me. And it really is something that's empowering.
It really is.
And makes you feel like you're part of the process.
I felt like a boss when I walked out of there.
Marketing and exposure is maybe one that we don't bring enough attention to. We are always looking for sponsors for events, but there's so much more in terms of marketing and how you can put your brand in front of consumers and fellow members.
Absolutely. I mean, just the member directory that's on our website is a huge resource and a way to get in front of other members. I know for myself, if I'm doing something for my own house or if it's something for the showroom, that's the first place I'm going to look. I want to support a fellow member, and I hope that they'll do that in turn in the future.
Right. Members work with members is kind of our unspoken motto. And speaking of that directory, there are enhancement capabilities, so you can go in there and add your social handles, add your logo, give descriptions. You'd be surprised, how far that can go when a consumer or a fellow member is just looking for a referral.
I did notice that when I was looking through the directory, as I often do. I did notice that the ones that have logos stand out, so that's a great tip.
And then finally, the discounts and partnerships. We have, through NISBA and NAHB, there are a variety of different savings programs. There's the HBA rebates that the New York State Builders Association has a partnership for. That's specifically for builders and remodelers. But companies that utilize it, they make more back in rebates than their annual membership fee costs. So
That's awesome.
That's one of the easiest ones to point to. But we have so many opportunities, and then this is, points back to the three-legged stool. You pay for membership at all three levels. One of those things that you get out of it is discounts. In the past, there's been really great car discounts, and there's just quite a list.
There is. And you can find it in the membership tab on crbra.com. You go to membership and then go to member benefits. We will dive more detailed into these specific benefits in an upcoming podcast episode. But in the meantime, absolutely go to the website and check out that tab so you can see there might be something that you're already spending your money on as a business and you're not taking advantage of that discount. Right. So definitely check it out.
So one of the things that we would love to do more on our podcast is to share member success stories. It always goes back to the members,
right,
and how you are the best ambassadors for the association. So since this is our first episode, we're not at the place for having guests yet.
Not yet.
So I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I have our president, Christine, sitting across from me. What's your elevator speech?
Yeah.
For someone about why they should be a member?
So it's funny, I always say to people, I'm just spreading the good word of CRBRA. I don't know, it runs in my blood. I started to become involved with just attending events, probably, 10 or more years ago. And really it was kind of twofold. One, I just wanted to get out there to meet different and new people. I was kind of moving into more of an outside sales position, so seeing who I could meet, but I also wanted to help grow my own self-confidence. Believe it or not, I was a very quiet younger person and was not... I don't think of myself as extroverted, but I don't know if I'm just in denial.
I mean, in comparison.
In comparison.
You're the extrovert here.
I am. So really it was, again, it was partially I wanted to help myself grow, but I wanted to meet and get new business. So I started attending just different events. meeting different people, started attending the Best in Building Awards, and then members from the Best in Building Awards committee reached out to me and said, we want you to join the committee. We think that you'll bring some insight. And I was like, me? This goes back to the thought of like, people not wanting to go on these events like me. Why do they want me? And they're like, what do you mean? Why don't we want you? So I was very honored, and I started working on the Best in Building Awards committee. Shortly after that, a couple years I'd say, then I was asked to join the board, which I was even more honored to do. And I see so much of how we all work together towards the same goal. Some people are like, why do you care about the DEC regulations? Why wouldn't I care about it? Because that's going to trickle down and affect not only these other builder and remodeler members who I care about because I want their businesses to do well, but if they're not building homes, then they're not buying tile, and it trickles down to everybody. I just love CRBRA, I really do. And I just want to see this community continue to grow.
So in the next few weeks, months, we've told you that we have future episodes planned, and we're going to also try to incorporate some more success stories, some sponsorships, hopefully, and also Christine's tip of the day. Or tip of the podcast.
Tip of the podcast. Yeah, so what we'd love to see is we just want to see you guys get engaged and get involved. Whether that means attending events, sending us your thoughts. If you have, like we mentioned, if there's certifications or training, something that you really want us to touch on, let us know. We are open. Our ears are open.
They are. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to our first official episode. We hope you gained some insightful information. Definitely take a look at those links on the website for more info. And stay tuned for episode 2, which will be all about advocacy and lobby day.
Yes, so give us a follow.
Yes.
Maybe even give us a like. I think that's a thing.
Sure.
Heart us.
As we mentioned in the teaser, we don't know what we're doing.
But we're trying.
We're trying, and
we're having fun doing it.
I think so. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Now it's getting silly. We gotta go.
All right. Till next time.
Till next time.
Bye. The Member Advantage podcast is a production of the Capital Region Builders and Remodelers Association, hosted by 2025 President Christine Rabel and CRBRA Executive Officer Kristen Eggleston. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts. While we do our best to provide accurate and up-to-date information, any mistakes are entirely our own. This podcast is for informational purposes for the benefit of our members. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.